half-hooked one. Actually, this was quite a reasonable fish. Oh, that is a pike after it, isn't it? Oh, it is a chub. It was either a pike or a perch, I couldn't see it, but something was chasing it in. Jesus. So it is a chub. Why are you giving such gentle bites, Mr. Chub? Hi again. I'm back at Offord Clooney today, but today I'm going to fish the main river. I'm on the point of what they call the triangle. I've fished here a couple of times before if you've watched earlier videos. It's the point is the confluence of the main river Ouse and the lock cutting. But the lock cutting also carries the outflow from the mill stream, so it has a bit of flow on it. But there is a crease between the main river and the lock cutting. The flows are slightly different, and I did manage to catch one chub here last year, and I lost one on another occasion. So today I'm going to sit it out here for the session. I did a lot of walking last week again, and that knackered me. And today I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to use a feeder with some mashed bread or crumbled bread. And try some different baits. I've got bread flake, I've got cheese paste, I've got luncheon meat. So a very, very bright day, which isn't the best, I suppose, but the forecast for the rest of the week isn't very clever. So I thought I'd get out. I didn't really want to particularly sit in the rain, so I thought I'd get out today. So we'll see how it goes. As I say, it's going to be a bit of a restful day for me today. I'm just sitting in one place, and whether we get anything, well, it remains to be seen. I bumped into a chap on the way up to this swim who's a new member here, and he's been walking around since 7:30 and hasn't had a bite, so it doesn't bode that well. But anyway, we'll see how it goes, and you know, we may be lucky. So let's get going. Okay, as I said in the intro, we've got the point here of the two streams. This is the main river. Got a bit of flow today, which it didn't have last time I came here when I tried a bit of float fishing, having not succeeded very well on the mill stream. And this is the lock cutting on the left, which typically has less flow than the main river. So I'm going to try going down the crease and put a feeder out there and see what happens. If nothing happens there, I might try casting over to that far bank, which always looks inviting, but it'd need a very accurate cast if I'm not going to end up in the trees. So that would be the second choice if I draw a complete blank fishing down the crease. So let's see how we go. Okay, size 6 hook, just 6 pound line. Let's put a bit of flake on to start with. Small feeder. Oops, I dropped my bread. We tend to have a sort of seedy wholemeal bread at home. So when we get a bit left over, whether it's gone out of date or whatever, I just crumb it up so it's just manually crumbed up. And what I did this time, I had a bag of boilies. I never used boilies, I was given the bag of boilies, and what I've done is, you can probably see them in the mix there, I've just crumbed them up and mix them in with the bread, so that adds a bit of flavour. So that's the theory today. Alright, first cast. Let's see what happens. I'll probably cast quite regularly to try and get a bit of bait out there, or a bit of sort of bread out there, a bit of breadcrumb out there. Hopefully, as I say, the flavour of the crushed boilies might also attract something up. I'm going to have to lower the rod depending on how troublesome this wind is. It was 12 degrees in the car when I arrived here, so it looks bright and beautiful, but it's actually quite chilly, and there's a bit of a wind which has a nip to it. Well, no joy so far down the crease, so I'll just cast over under that raft over there, see if that produces anything. I was in fact a bit short with the raft. Obviously it's a bit of a delicate cast, you go too far and you're into everything. Yeah, this wind's starting to be a nuisance. I've dropped the rod top a bit lower. The wind, I don't know if you can see down there the ripples, the wind's coming from behind me and sort of coming down that lock cutting, and with the line up fairly high it was catching the line and giving quite strong pulls on the quiver, so it was becoming very difficult to see whether it was the wind or a fish. So I've just lowered the rod top down a bit, so but so far there's been nothing very positive. I'm wearing my welly boots today. A couple of years ago I bought a pair of fishing, I say fishing boots, they're more like trainers, and they were branded Chubb, and they're sort of great in the summer, but what I've noticed recently, in fact not only recently, in the past, that although they were sold as being Gore-Tex, my feet got wet very quickly in wet grass, and they got very wet last week. And when I got home I noticed there was a little bit of separation between the upper and the sole, which probably wasn't helping either. So they haven't been used that much, so a bit disappointing really. So today I put the wellies on. So I won't get cold feet, I may get cold feet, I won't get wet feet today. I've been putting the feeder down that crease for over an hour now and not a touch. I'm just trying something different now. I've put a weight on because it's easier to control the cast, and I'll try and get over behind that and those bushes over there in the hope there may be a chub laying there, without actually ending up in the bushes, hopefully. Right, let's see how we go. Could have been a bit further, but it's not too bad. Now, looking at the direction of the line, I think it's rolled into the, or it's pulled into the midstream rather than staying over where I wanted it. the crosswind on that point where I was fishing, I didn't have a bite, by the way. I tried various spots, but the crosswind was getting unmanageable really. It was blowing the line, it was blowing the rod top, so I decided to have a bit of a wander, having said I was going to sit there all day for all session. Just let the train go past. Anyway, so now it's a little bit of opportunism really. There's this bush hanging over the water, very difficult to fish actually, but I've dropped down to a single swan shot, big lump of flake. See if I can float it under the bush, you never know your luck. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. In the bush. It's very difficult. Let's get that thing a bit higher. I'm catching on the branch there. Right, let's get the rod a bit lower. That's better. I think it's on the bush. Yeah. Just watching the line really. It's quite shallow down there. I don't think there are any chub down there to be honest, but it's worth a try. Quite clear the water as well. No. No immediate takes. Well, another opportunist spot. See, there's a lot of shelter under this fallen tree, but it looks very shallow, and it may look good, but I'm not actually sure if it's going to be necessarily as good as it looks. But it's very, very shallow. I've lost my weights. How did that happen? Oh, that's no good, is it? Yeah, I don't know what happened before, but I use these little running bead things, and these ones I bought are different to what I used to use. And they've got a very awkward clip on them. And somehow or other the weight just sort of fell off. Obviously didn't have the clip engaged properly, but I think I may buy some different ones. Right. Let's see what happens here. Twisted around my rod now. Right, okay. If I cast out with this light, just one shot on, if I cast out towards the middle, maybe it'll just roll around under this bush. Oh, it was on, wasn't it? It was bloody on. I think I slackened the rod because of those trees. Oh well, I'm not sure I'm going to get another chance. Oh well, the theory was good. Just managed to cast quite close to the tree without getting in it, so this one should go right under. But I think they're small fish. They're just pulling at the bread. The first bite was the best one, and I'm not sure if I hooked it or not. I felt it, but unfortunately I caught the tree on the strike, and oops, that was a good pull. I can feel it right through the rod, banging on the rod top. I think they're probably pulling the bread off. Feel it on the rod. It's a really... Oh, I thought I had that one. Alright, I've scaled down from a 6 to a 14 hook. Smaller piece of bread. See if we can discover what these things are. Still a 6 pound line though. But that didn't seem to stop them biting on the bigger hook, so... Be nice just to catch one of them, find out what it is before we go home. Now a bit further that time. Oh no, unhookable. Well, at least the wind has abated for a while. It was really getting quite worrying. As I say, sitting under trees is not the best place to be when you're having gusts like that. I don't think we're going to hook these. They're lightning. There's a whack on the rod there. It's just one whack, you can't respond to it. Ah, at last, we've hooked one. Actually, it feels quite a reasonable fish. Oh, that is a pike after it, isn't it? Oh, it is a chub. It was either a pike or a perch, I couldn't see it, but something was chasing it in. Jesus. So it is a chub. Why are you giving such gentle bites, Mr. Chub? Yeah, something was after that. I don't think it could have been a pike. I think it may have been a big perch. Well, there we go. I think you're going to be the only fish of the day. Yeah, I think that might have been a big perch, you know. I've got a box of micro lures at home, but of course I haven't got them with me. So. It may have been a pike. I couldn't really see the reflection off the water, but I think a pike probably would have got it, but the perch was not quite as big a mouth, so to speak. Surprised me that was a chub though. With those bites, I would have thought even a little chub would have given a much more positive bite. But at least we've hooked one, which is good news. Which makes me think the first pull, which was much more positive, might have been a better chub. But we'll never know. So I wonder what it was. With the wind, I thought it was after the tree had fallen down. Well, I don't know. A little while ago, it was really. There's quite a few bits came down. Yeah, yeah. The bites are dried up. I'm getting achy. And I don't think we're going to get anything big out of here anyway. So, there we be. I'd like to know what that predator was though. With all the reflections and the ripples on the water, I saw the swirl, but I couldn't see whether it was a pike or a perch. The way it was sort of twisting around following, I think it might have been a perch rather than a pike, which tends to lunge in a straight line. So yeah, maybe I'll see something on the video when I process it, but I don't know. As I say, and I didn't bring my micro lures. Perhaps I ought to pop them in the bag. They don't weigh much. I could have perhaps tempted it, whatever it was. I'm not really interested in pike really, but if it was a perch it would have been good. Anyway, that's it for today, I think. All right. Well, that's it for today. Technically it wasn't a blank. One little chub which nearly got eaten by either a pike or perch. Lots of bites in the last spot I fished, but all quick taps, very difficult to hit. Obviously smaller fish, I would think. The first bite I had, and I'm not sure if I missed it or whether it came off because the line went slack, because as I struck, oh there's a train, I just let the train go past. Yeah, as I struck, the rod hit the tree and I sort of instinctively moved the rod away from the tree, which slackened the line, and so I'm not sure if I hooked that first pull or whether I just missed it, but we'll never know what it is. So as I say, that's it for today. It was a real blustery day, much windier than I expected, and the nice blue sky when I arrived soon disappeared. Anyway, thanks for watching. It didn't go according to plan. There's always a plan. The sort of plan was I was going to fish off that point and hope to get some chub, but that didn't happen. But that's fishing, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen. So thanks also for those of you who give me likes and who have subscribed to the channel, much appreciated. And until the next time, and hopefully a bit more productive, it's bye for now and cheers.